I smiled Red Songbird, EvDaEinstein. I left off in part 1 saying that Roy Ayers asked me to write some lyric for a song titled Pretty Brown Skin. And then, to keep up with a politically correct speech, he changed the ending of the song. But the original you can find on the Edwin Birdsong album, What It Is. It's called Pretty Brown Skin. And the ending was, Pretty brown skin, the you I love cannot show, 'cause it's covered by your skin. Beauty's not out, it's within. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows Mother Teresa is beautiful. She was beautiful. She's now Prince Louis, Princess Kate, and Prince William's new child. Okay, the other thing I wanted to say is, the point is, Roy got in my head, realized that I did modeling, asked me to model for his album, his other album, then said, it's too pretty, I can't use it. And then, because his mother told him he can't marry a pretty woman. So, he doesn't want to get too involved with me. So then he asked me to write the lyric for Pretty Brown Skin. Then he messes up and changes the lyric. See, that's what happens with... So he used his knowledge of me, loving me, to hurt me. And that's the same thing Edwin Birdsong did. He got in my eyes and looked at the world from my eyesight, elevated himself to the level of Stevie Wonder, his constant companion. Stevie Wonder was my husband, and yet Edwin was his escort for the last 45 years, as though Stevie Wonder was his husband. You see, he took over my life. And, so this is Steve. He's wearing his hair based on the way I plaited Edwin's hair in 1970. Snoop Dogg did the same thing. So did a lot of those guys. So Edwin got credibility hanging around with Steve. And Snoop Dogg, Kanye West, Mary J. Blige, Daft Punk, De La Soul. These people sampled his music and so he made money, and he didn't share any of it. So he took my ideas, got into my head, played me back to me as though it was him. So I thought he loved me, and so I started to trust him. And so he took from me and made himself profits. Bought a house, fancy house in the suburbs, and fancy cars, a restaurant in downtown LA. Never shared any of it with me. He said one time, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am. But he never said it to anybody else. He didn't even talk about me as a lyricist. Nothing. And Steve did the same thing to Sarita Wright, his first wife. Her daughter, Lyric Wonder, told me he took her ideas and made hit songs. I gave her no credit. She wound up, she had 5 albums with Motown. She had been a receptionist. And her song, Born Again, With You I'm Born Again, with Billy Preston. What a magnificent song that is. Anyhow, she winds up being ignored by him because being blind is almost like being dead, except for the music. Even though he convinced himself it's good, it's not. It's hell. Having been Helen Keller, who was blind and deaf, I know being blind is like being dead. So he doesn't even know how to be a husband. So Rita divorces him, and marries a bum that beats her up and drives her to eat herself alive and dies of cancer. And that's very sad. And the lyric is lost. Her daughter, Zakia, and she's singing on the video, Sneezy the Greasy babysits Abigail. And she has a lovely voice. And it's about a book that Michelle Birdsong wrote with her daughter, Robin Michelle Birdsong, who is Stevie Wonder's immaculately conceived daughter, his only child, even though the other women had tricked him into believing they're his. I don't know if they tricked him or maybe they thought they loved him and he was the father of their children, but she's the only biological child. This is Birdsong, Edwin Birdsong's only biological child. Same thing happened. A bunch of women said that he was the father of their children. But this is the only child. Michelle Birdsong, the only woman who loved Edwin, and the only woman who loved Stevie Wonder. This is Steve. Okay, so I think I made this. So be careful of who you love. Be careful who you allow into your life, into your eyes, and playing you back to you, and you thinking they love you when they're exceptional, when it was set up for married couples to see themselves in each other. And that's okay, because they're not trying to hurt each other. They're making each other happy by giving them what suits them. So the answer is know yourself and know who you're going to marry. Do not be a stranger to yourself, and do not marry a stranger. You're asking for trouble. Okay, that's the responsibility of being a human. Socrates said it. Know thyself. Okay, I think that's all I needed to say. Mary Magdalene is at the level of Jesus Christ. As a child, she wanted the love of her beloved uncle, Brother Wright, who is now sing Birdsong. So she said she has to be like Jesus Christ to get his love, because he loves Jesus Christ the most. So that's how it is that she became like Jesus Christ, to get the love from her beloved uncle, who is now her son, sing Birdsong. Life is not like we thought it was. Life cannot be imagined. It has to be learned. I am the voice of the reasons. It took me a long time to accept it, to believe it. I used to go crazy when I would get these insights and nobody else would have them. And I would go to the telepsychiatrist. They'd give me drugs to smush down my gift. Okay, but now I'm ready to own it, because I have been grew. The guru grew me. This is my mother, Govinda Singh Dillon, Jesus Christ, the Buddha. Okay, thank you for watching. That's enough for one video.